Today we're diving deep into a question that has haunted humankind for centuries. Where do the dead go? Hey there, fellow truth seekers. Welcome back to Why on YouTube. If you're new to our channel, please hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications because today we're diving into one of the most intriguing rabbit holes, life after death. Is it the quiet embrace of the earth or the hallways of an ethereal realm? Have you ever felt a chill in the air, perhaps sensing the presence of someone who has passed? What does it mean? Today, we will explore beliefs from all over the world, from ancient civilizations to modern-day interpretations. Let's uncover the mysteries surrounding death and beyond. Egyptians. First, let's talk about the ancient Egyptians. They believed in a journey to the afterlife through one's heart. In this ceremony, the deceased's heart was placed on one side of a scale opposite the feather of Maat, the goddess of truth and justice. If your heart was lighter than the feather, congratulations. You would be granted passage to the afterlife. But if it was heavier, well, let's just say you'd face some very dire consequences. They say you would be devoured by Ammon, the soul eater. This is where the Book of the Dead comes into play. This collection of spells and prayers was designed to guide the dead through the challenges of the afterlife, providing everything from instructions on navigating obstacles to spells that could protect them from evil spirits. Can you imagine carrying a personal instruction manual for your journey into the unknown? One of the most fascinating aspects of Egyptian culture was the practice of burying the dead with items they might need in the afterlife. These items could include everything from everyday objects to luxury goods, even food. Yes, they believed that material possessions could be enjoyed in the afterlife, just like in life. In fact, grave robbing became so problematic that they began inscribing curses on the tombs to deter thieves. They'd say, "Any intruder who enters my tomb will be condemned." Makes you wonder about those cursed mummies, doesn't it? So, what can we learn from the ancient Egyptians about our perspectives on life and death? Their rich beliefs remind us about the importance of living a good life, leaving a legacy, and perhaps finding comfort in the idea that there's something beyond this existence. Do you like what you're watching so far? Hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to Why on YouTube. Then, we have the Tibetan Buddhists, who believe in reincarnation. They see death as simply a transition, a gateway to another life, helping souls to learn and grow. It's like a school of existence where every life is a lesson. Tibetan Buddhism offers a unique perspective on life after death that intertwines deep spirituality, philosophy, and culture. Most notably, one of the central beliefs is the concept of rebirth. But let's unpack this a bit. Unlike many Western religions, which hinge on a singular afterlife, Tibetan Buddhists see life as a continual cycle, what they refer to as samsara. Check this out. This is the wheel of life, Bhava Chakra. It symbolizes the cycle of existence where beings are trapped in a continuous loop of birth, death, and rebirth. It symbolizes the cycle of existence where beings are trapped in a continuous loop of birth, death, and rebirth. Here's the kicker. The next life you're reborn into is heavily influenced by your actions in your previous lives. Yes, that's right. Your karma. It's like a cosmic scorecard based on your deeds, intentions, and thoughts. Now, you might be wondering, how do Tibetan Buddhists prepare for death? Interestingly, they see it as not an end, but a natural part of existence. Many engage in phawa practices, which aim to transfer consciousness at the moment of death to ensure a favorable rebirth. This is often where the famous Tibetan Book of the Dead, or Bardo Thodol, comes into play. The Bardo Thodol is essentially a guide for the deceased, navigating the various stages of the Bardo. the intermediate state between death and rebirth. It teaches how to maintain mindfulness and awareness, helping souls recognize their own nature and ultimately choose a better rebirth. Imagine having a roadmap for your afterlife. How incredible is that? In death, we find liberation. The mind is released from the body, and the cycle can begin anew. It's not to be feared, but embraced. And let's not forget about indigenous cultures. Many Native American tribes have stunningly different views, seeing the dead as being reincorporated into nature, living on through the earth and the universe. So, will they ever really leave us? Do you like what you're watching so far? Hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to Why on YouTube. Futurama had it right. Everyone goes to the big cartoon in the sky. If you've never seen it, you need to. But for real, scientists tell us some interesting things about our bodies. Science and belief. When we die, our bodies break down, turn into minerals in the earth, and are recycled back into the ecosystem, just like a circle of life, right? Talk about a grand return. It's poetic when you think about it. We become part of the trees, the air, and even the little critters. I mean, imagine being a tree. Those poor squirrels will be climbing on your branches someday. But here's where it gets fascinating. What about those moments before we pass on? Ever heard of near-death experiences, NDEs? Some people report seeing bright lights, meeting deceased loved ones, or even becoming aware of their bodies floating away. Like, whoa. There's a whole database filled with accounts of NDEs that might just make you reconsider what happens after our mortal coil is shuffled off. What if there is something beyond this life? Experts say these experiences can vary immensely. Some folks feel overwhelming peace, while others are literally terrified. Honestly, I don't know what's scarier, the idea of nothingness or meeting my great-grandfather in some cosmic lounge. Okay, are you ready for this? Even a hypothesis suggests we might live on through our memories. Think of it this way. Every laughter, every lesson learned, and whenever someone thinks of us, we continue to exist in their hearts. That's kind of beautiful, right? The legacy of our lives doesn't end when we do, it transcends time. So think about what you want to be remembered for. Maybe I should start writing my own fan fiction about my life and plant some seeds for the future. So after all this, where do the dead go? Honestly, nobody knows for sure. But through stories, science, and culture, we're left with endless possibilities. Thank you for joining us on this wild ride through the mystery of where we go after life. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this informative video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And remember, keep asking, why?